This episode is part of our PDU Spotlight, and we take a look at how to earn professional development units, better known as PDUs, with a focus on the PMI Talent Triangle. Hello and welcome back to the Project Management Podcast at pm-podcast.com. This is episode number 435 and I'm Cornelius Fichtner. Thank you for joining me. Today we are shining a spotlight on professional development units, that's PDUs. More precisely, we are going to review the PMI Talent Triangle and how this triangle affects the way that you need to earn your PDUs. And if you are a project manager who holds a certification from the Project Management Institute from PMI, then you know all about PDUs because you need them for your certification renewal every 3 years. And just to be absolutely clear, you need PDUs only after you have passed your exam. If you are still studying for the exam, then you need what PMI calls contact hours. Therefore, right now we look at the PDUs that you have to earn after you are certified. Also, I know that most of you are certified project management professionals, PMPs, so I've chosen my examples to be primarily about PMP PDUs. Let's get started. As a project manager, you know that your professional learning doesn't stop after you pass the PMP exam. Every day is a learning day on some projects. The skills you need to deliver successful projects also evolve over time, depending on the industry you are in and the type of work you are doing. If you asked your colleagues or your peers about what makes a good project manager, you would hear as many responses as people asked. Being a successful project manager means developing a vast range of skills, competencies, and behaviors. So, how do you do that? And more importantly, what skills exactly are we talking about? Well, the PMI Talent Triangle answers both those questions by providing a framework for your ongoing professional development. The PMI Triangle covers 3 distinct areas. That's technical project management, leadership, as well as strategic and business management. And I want to show you how it works and how you can and even have to map your PDUs to the talent triangle. I have a number of quick topics for you, each only about 2 to 3 minutes long. They are, first of all, what is the PMI Talent Triangle and those technical project management, leadership, and strategic and business management topics I talked about. Then I have an important note for anyone who has multiple certifications. I will show you how to determine where your PDU courses fall onto the talent triangle and also tell you where you can go and learn more about that. We'll talk about why it is important to know how PDUs fit into the talent triangle and how the talent triangle has in fact changed how we as certified project managers report PDUs, and I'll close with some key takeaways for you. So let's get started with the first question. What is the PMI Talent Triangle? It is at the center of the Continuing Certification Requirements System. That's the CCRS. The CCR handbook sets out the guidelines and policies for earning PDUs. Therefore, if you want to earn PDUs and continue your certification with PMI, you need to understand the talent triangle and what the handbook says about it. PMI created the triangle after consulting with many project managers like you and I, and industry experts from around the world about what makes an excellent project manager. The triangle reflects the broad skills and requirements for acting as a professional project manager. It represents the ideal skill set, if you wish, for someone in our role. The talent triangle reflects the fact that project management isn't simply about the hard skills and technical disciplines like scheduling of projects or doing the financial management, the budget. To be successful as a project manager, you need to be able to draw on a wide range of business management and leadership skills, and that's what the triangle is all about. And like every triangle, it has three sides. And as I said earlier, on the three sides we will find technical project management, leadership, and lastly, strategic and business management. So let's look at them one by one. First, we have technical project management. And PMI describes technical project management as the knowledge, skills, and behaviors that are related to specific domains of project, program, and portfolio management. Let me repeat that. It's the knowledge, skills, and behavior related to specific domains of project, program, and portfolio management. So technical project management skills help you carry out your role and do the specific tasks that relate to keeping a project on track to deliver the desired output. For example, these include carrying out the risk management processes. As a project manager, you know how to identify risks, analyze their impact, select an appropriate risk response, and create an action plan to manage the risks, monitoring your progress and changing your responses accordingly as the situation evolves. That is part of the domain expertise required to deliver a project. That's a technical side. Many courses in project management, they focus on helping you understand the technical skills that are required to work as a project manager, and they will let you pick up the technical PDU credits. Another way to pick up these technical PDUs is to take a PDU online course that is specifically aimed at helping you to develop your technical project management skills once you have become a certified PMP. Other examples of technical skills include issues management, estimating, creating a work breakdown structure, and scheduling. Without knowledge of these skills, you will not really be able to manage a project successfully. All right, so much about the technical project management. Second, we have leadership. And PMI describes leadership like this: knowledge, skills, and behaviors specific to leadership-oriented, cross-cutting activities that help an organization achieve its business goals. So leadership skills are required because as a project manager, you have to lead a team, and often they will not work directly for you in a matrix organization, for example. Leadership is about guiding and motivating others so that they understand the vision for the project and are able to carry out their work. There are many models for leadership, and as a project manager, you will select an appropriate approach for the situation that you are in. Leadership skills include brainstorming, dealing with conflict, influencing, listening, and team building. You can see how those skills will be important to help you successfully drive the work forward with an engaged project team. You can earn leadership PDUs for any professional development that helps you build those skills. And then the third and final side of the triangle is strategic and business management, which PMI describes as the knowledge of and expertise in the industry or organization that enhances performance and better delivers business outcomes. In other words, this side of the talent triangle relates to business-oriented skills. These are skills that managers across multiple disciplines find valuable to ensure that they are delivering the best results for the company. PMI Talent Triangle PDUs in this category would include training on legal and regulatory compliance, including health and safety, attending a webinar on customer satisfaction, attending a seminar on developing business acumen skills, or planning and delivering a workshop on strategic planning for your colleagues. These are all important to project managers because without knowledge of these skills, you will struggle to align your project to the business strategy. You will also find it harder to talk to the senior leadership team in your company because they have developed skills in this area and they want to hear about your project challenges and successes in terms that link to the wider business management. So you have to understand their way of thinking and speak their language. Project managers who have strategic and business management skills can really make a positive difference to their organization. And that's it for the 3 sides of the talent triangle. Before we look at earning PDUs for each of these sides, I have an important note for those of you who have multiple certifications. For example, if you are both PMI ACP and also PMP certified. Both the leadership PDUs and also the strategic and business PDUs automatically count toward all your certification. But technical PDUs, they only count toward your specific certification. There is an exception for specialized PDUs. For example, agile training. If you take agile training, then the PDUs that you earn here, they will count towards both your PMI Agile Certified Practitioner, that's the technical training for that, but they will also count toward your PMP certification as technical. And the same goes for specialized PDUs in scheduling, for example. However, it doesn't work the other way round. Generic topics, they can never count toward your specialist's certification. And you'll see in a moment why that particular fact, this cross-pollination, so to speak, is important for those who have multiple certifications. But first, I want to talk about how to determine where your PDUs or your courses fall on the talent triangle. While the talent triangle describes skills and competencies, you can also think of it as a PDU triangle because you need to gain PDUs that fit into each side of the triangle. When you log your PDUs on the PMI online system, you have to specify how they relate to the talent triangle. Therefore, it's important to know where your PDU or training course falls on the talent triangle. The easiest way is to consider the content covered during the session and align it that way. For example, if you took a course about leading a team, well, that would fall under the leadership category. Or maybe you learned about business models and structures, then that would fall under strategic and business management. And of course, any course that teaches you how to manage the scope, schedule, cost, risk, budget, or requirements on a project, that would be considered technical. If you are not sure where things go, then look at the show notes for this episode here, where I link to the article that I wrote on this topic. That article includes both a table and a graphic that you can use to determine where things fall. Oh, and here is a tip. Plan on earning your minimum leadership and strategic PDUs first. For most of us, it's easy to earn technical PDUs, as there are a lot of sources to gain these from. The other 2 categories, leadership and strategic and business management, they are harder. So focus your efforts on those and get them out of the way first. But I hear you say, wait a second, what do you mean minimum? What do you mean get them out of the way? Can't I just earn any PDUs from any of these sites? Well, sadly, no. So here is why it is important to know how PDUs fit onto the talent triangle. There are in fact 2 reasons. First, as a PMP, you need to earn a minimum of 8 PDUs for each side of the triangle. In other words, you need a minimum of 8 PDUs in technical project management, 8 in leadership, and then also 8 in strategic and business management. There are more rules in the CCRS handbook, but this is the most important one. Second, if you want to become a well-rounded project professional who makes a difference to your business, then you need to develop well-rounded skills. The Talent Triangle helps you to do that by making sure that you undergo broad professional development across a range of topics and areas. And that pretty much covers what you need to know about PDUs and the Talent Triangle. And that pretty much covers what you need to know about PDUs and the Talent Triangle. And even though I've already said it a couple of times, you really need to download a copy of the CCR handbook and read it. And because it's so important, I promise I'll repeat it again in about a minute. So to close out this episode, let me talk about how the Talent Triangle has changed PDU reporting. In fact, it's made it kind of easier. The introduction of the Talent Triangle has changed how PMI certified project managers can track and monitor their professional development. One positive effect is that you can now earn PDUs from a much wider range of interesting and relevant topics. For a PMP, the Triangle's focus on broad professional development means that you can make use of training from a wider range of providers too. There's also a positive effect on the way that you can earn PDUs. PMI now allows you to claim PDUs from learning across a broader range of delivery mechanisms. It's no longer just in-person courses. Now you can claim PDUs for learning that is carried out via online webinars or just by reading a book. Not only are these permitted, but they are positively encouraged as they have their own categories in the PDU reporting system. Finally, here are 3 key takeaways for you. First, the PMI Talent Triangle is a way to categorize project management professional development. It gives you clear guidelines on the types of courses that you should consider. Second, you need to earn PMP PDUs across all 3 sides of the triangle. At the absolute minimum, you need to earn 8 PDUs on each side. And third, as promised, here is once again my call to action for you that the number one thing that you should be doing really is to download the CCR handbook and review the Talent Triangle and the PDU-related policies in the handbook. And that's it for today's PDU Spotlight and our review of how the Talent Triangle influences the type of PDUs that you have to earn. There are more PDU Spotlights coming where we'll be talking about how to earn leadership PDUs, how to earn all 60 PDUs in just 30 days, and I'll also give you 10 steps to certification renewal. Thank you very much for listening. Please visit pm-podcast.com for show notes, links, transcripts, and PDU information. Our email address is info@pm-podcast.com. And finally, we have this. There are only 2 options for you when you manage a project. Make progress or make excuses. Until next time.